Hey everyone, Kim Anderson here. How are you on this fine day? So glad to be sharing some more tips for you as you move forward to create your own internet online marketing business, whatever it is that you choose to market. And I'm just going to give you a few tips that I know will be a blessing to you, will help you move forward. And if you take these principles and you take these and the action steps that we give you, you're going to see some real success in your life. And so I just want to tell you, you guys know if you've been watching any of these videos that I love principles. I love to live by principles. I love to argue by principles, but I feel like if you lead a principled life that you are going to be blessed. And so, and that's just sort of like doing things when things are not easy to do, doing what's necessary. And so I want to talk to you today just about some principles of business success that are going to help you as you maybe transition from or look for different ways to increase the income for your household, whether you are a stay-at-home mom or whether you're in corporate America, or you're looking to pay for some college tuition expenses, whatever the case may be. But you might find yourself in a position where some extra income that you don't have to go outside of your home to generate would be a real benefit for you and would make an impact on you and your family in the best way. So that's what we're here to do. Want to convey these tips to you. They are awesome tips, and they're simple tips, which I always love, right? But they're going to be things that you can use and implement right now. So let's get to it. Wonderful. The first thing that I want you to do, to sit down and actually think about, I want you to go through an exercise. I'm going to go through it really quickly, but it'll take you longer when you're actually at home writing this out and thinking about it. So this will be a good thing for you to do. But the first thing you really need to do as you are looking to create some income online is to set a clear intention. And you say, well, Kim, what do you mean by that? Set a clear intention. Well, to set a clear intention, you sort of have to go beyond the immediate need or the immediate thing that you're trying to fulfill. So let's say you had a goal and you said, you know what, for my online enterprise, I want to generate $10,000 a month. Well, that's not really your intention. Work with me. What you're really saying is, I want what that $10,000 can bring me. And we want to get to the thing sort of behind the thing. So I want you to ask yourself, well, if you're making $10,000 a month, what's that going to do for you? And you say, well, you might say something like, well, I won't feel that financial burden anymore if I'm generating $10,000 a month from my, my online enterprise. And you could say, well, great, you won't feel that burden. And what will that do for you? Well, I'll be able to do some other things, and I'll feel a sense of freedom. Well, great. Well, what will that do for you? Do you see where I'm going here? And you keep going till you get to a point where your mind sort of shuts off and you have to dig a little deeper. And I was on a call today with one of my mentors, and she got so crystal clear about her intention that it moved everything else out of the way. And here's what she said. As she was going through her why and why she, does what she does and why she's experienced so much success on the internet and online and in any of the business ventures that she's done, is because it is her clear intention to leave an inheritance to her children and not leave them a bill. And when I heard those words, it's so, went straight to my heart, went straight to my core. And I was like, I so get that, and in doing this exercise, I realized that I want to leave a legacy for my children and my children's children. And you know what? I want them to be able to walk into whatever blessing and whatever destiny that they have, because we laid such a strong foundation for them that they don't have to start back over, but that they are already prepared and positioned to move forward. And so for me, it's leaving a legacy. And so that's why I say you got to sort of get behind the reasons and the questions that you think are the $10,000 a month. Woo! Like, who wouldn't want to make $10,000 a month? But the real reason is, why do you want to make $10,000 a month? And you got to keep going a little bit deeper until you get to a place where you're like, this is my reason. Whether it's to help help set people free financially and help them be on a course to change the trajectory of their lives, their families' lives. Whatever you get to, when you get to that place, when you keep asking yourself why and what's that going to do for you, give yourself some time in between those questions to let the answers really flow. I'm going through this quickly so that you can get the gist of the exercise, but I really do want you to take some time and get to your why. Okay? The second thing that I want you to do is, once you have that intention really clear, is that I want you to think about the strategy that you're going to use to implement or to accomplish that intention. What's the strategy? Not, I'm going to throw mud up against the wall, but no, let's be clear. In the online business that I'm a part of, we can have paid strategies or free strategies. We can have paid advertising or free advertising. It's just a strategy. What am I going to use that's going to get me to the place where I can accomplish my intention? So you come up with a strategy, and if it's your business, then that's fine. If you need to create some more outlets to sell your t-shirts, whatever it is, just come up with a strategy on how to implement it. And so you might have to do some studying, you might have to do some researching, you might have to find some lines and avenues of distribution. That's great. But let's get the strategies down so we know what and how we're going to accomplish our intention, whatever that intention is going to be, okay? And the next thing we want to do as you're looking to create success online is to keep it simple, sweetie. Now, there's another way to say that, but I'm going to say keep it simple, sweetie, because really that's what you want to do. Whatever message you're conveying to your marketplace, to your niche, I want you to keep your message simple. And that is what, and whatever it is you're doing. If you've got a t-shirt company and you want to get that message out, and you've got inspirational tees, just keep your message simple. You just want people to enjoy how they look in your t-shirts and have a positive message that reminds them of who they are as they're moving forward throughout their day. Bam. That's what you got. You're keeping it simple. You're not complicating it. And if you find yourself complicated, I like to tell people to come down out of the tree. Hello. And let's start over. If you're finding that things are getting too complicated and you can't explain it in just a few minutes, then I need you to just bring it back down, take it back down, take a deep breath, relax, and think about what your message is. Keep it simple, sweetie. And the last thing that we need you to do as you're experiencing success online and as you're moving forward is to take massive action. I know. And you're like, I've heard all this stuff before, but here's the deal. When you use these four in conjunction, whoo-wee, I'm here to tell you some magic is going to start happening in your life. So you want to take massive action. And what does massive action look like? Like, people are like, take massive action. I'm going to go bug my family, my friends. That's not necessarily what taking massive action looks like. But what it does look like is you understanding that you don't need to know every single thing about every little thing that you're doing before you can begin. I was involved in a business a little while ago, and it was a more traditional direct sales sort of business. And, it was if you didn't naturally have an inclination for it, you had to have a little bit of a learning curve. Well, the key was that even if you felt a little foolish, if you didn't quite understand every little thing about every little nuance about the product, you know what? It really didn't matter. Just get going with it. Show somebody what you got. Open a book. Let them see it. Figure it out along the way, and it's okay to let that perfectionist part of you just sort of drop down. It's okay to get out there and maybe look foolish, laugh at yourself. It's okay. But as long as you're doing something, taking action, you're going to be moving forward, and you can course correct along the way. I've heard that when airplanes are set on autopilot, that most of the time, like if you're flying from New York to Los Angeles, you're not flying in a straight line all the way from New York to LA. But what is happening is that those airplanes, because they're on autopilot, are course correcting all the time, because you don't know, the wind may be coming in from the east at 15 miles an hour, and the plane wasn't accommodating that once the autopilot was set. So they've got to come back and counter and go back, west 30 degrees so that you can stay on course. It's always course correction, and you won't know what to correct if you're not flying. How about that? You like that analogy? I do. So you've got to be out there in the field, in the game, so that you can be course corrected by your mentors and by your leadership, so that you can give them some data to work with if you're doing something and you're not getting the results that you want. You got to be out there in the game. Do you know what I mean? Like your coach, that's what your coach is for. You got to be out there in the game. If you're on the sidelines, the coach doesn't need to coach you. He only needs to coach you if you're in the game. So the plane can only course correct if the plane is in the air. Otherwise, there's no reason for the autopilot to be on to course correct. You with me? So you got to take action. And you know what? Just get going, because you're keeping your intention in your mind. Your intention, creating a legacy, leaving a legacy for my children and my children's children. It's huge for me. You know, leaving an inheritance for them so that I will not leave them a bill. It's huge for me. Helping people change the trajectory of their lives financially. It's huge for me. So ask yourself those questions and then take action on the strategy that you've created and come up with to accomplish your intention. There you go, and keep it simple along the way, and you are going to change the world. Well, this has been Kim Anderson. I'm so glad and so pleased to have been able to talk to you just for a few minutes today. My gosh, I love you so very much, and I love sharing these success tips with you, and I hope that you are able to implement them, grab them, and move them forward in your life and in your business. God bless you, and we'll see you next time. Oh, I almost forgot that if you would like some more information about some of the things that we're doing and some of the things that we're learning, forgive me, feel free to visit our blog. It's courageouscommentary.kim.com, or visit our website for more business information, and that is www.onlinewindfall.com. I know I almost forgot my own marketing. What's up with that? All right, guys, Kim over and out. Peace. I love you so very much. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.